Let's see. Oh, icks. You wanted to talk about icks. Let's get into icks. So going around the table, give us at least one ick, but if you have two or three, we'd like to hear more. Starting, why don't we start on this side over here? We'll start with you. We'll go around this way.
Yeah, I probably have a few. Men that dress really zesty is a big ick. Like really fruity, zesty men, not about it. Men that are,
Sorry. Go ahead.
Men that
Zesty.
are liberals,
Liberals?
not a fan.
Not a fan of
about
liberal
it.
men.
Atheists, a-religious. Let me see. Short
Ick.
men is a ick.
Short men.
Yeah, shorter than me.
I think you lost. You're going to lose a couple of people there. How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5".
Not that tall.
So you'll date a guy who's 5'6".
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes like eye contact is nice, but I'm pretty into the guy I'm seeing now. So
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, so zesty, liberal, atheist, and short.
Yeah.
Ick.
Essentially.
All right. Angelic, what are some icks for you?
Honestly, I don't really have that many. I would say that one that I've noticed is like when a man just doesn't take care of himself, like he orders takeout every single day, like he just doesn't, I don't know, he just doesn't keep up with himself. Like, I hate it. Yeah. Sorry.
Damn, I feel personally attacked.
Sorry.
Shit. DoorDash every day, bro. Every day. Okay. What about you?
Short temper.
Short.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Why you guys gotta throw me under the bus like this, man? All right. What about you?
Whenever they wear their shorts past their knees.
Like sex?
That's valid. Nicolette.
So I hate when they mansplain. I hate guys who
boy.
paint their nails. I hate when guys wear that one dangly like cross earring on one ear. Those are my icks.
Gives you the ick. Okay. All right. What's mansplaining for those who don't know?
So mansplaining. So I saw a funny meme. So say this is a guy saying this to a girl. Well, mansplaining is when men explain.
Profound. That's profound.
No, that's like saying a guy. That's a guy. My example of a guy mansplaining.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any icks? What are the icks?
Having a girl best friend.
Okay. A girl best friend. Any others? Any other icks?
Being like one of those weird mama's boys where they're like in love with their mom and like the mom is in love with the son in like a really weird way though.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's that? Have you experienced that with the guy you've dated, or?
No. I've experienced the girl best friend, but not the mom.
Girl
but I've
best
had
friend.
friends that have experienced that.
So would you date a guy who had female friends?
Yeah.
But not. What if it's the best friend? No.
No.
Okay. You think? Why is that?
Because it usually causes trust issues.
Okay.
But you
I
stayed
don't
when
disagree.
he called your best friend's name when he was kissing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like there's.
He cannot have a best friend,
background.
but he can call your best friend's name when kissing.
Yeah.
Do you have any close male friends?
No.
No. Any male friends?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Okay. Huh. All right. What about you?
I would
Icks?
say no ambition and addicted to video games.
Oh, addicted to video games. Okay. Andrew might have thoughts on that one, but what about you?
Yeah, I have that. Well, I mean, that would just rule me out, you know.
Damn.
If you spend like more than, I would say, 4 hours a day.
What?
That's
time.
that's casual.
Really? Wow.
And men spend, well, I've never really understood this because men do spend tons of time on their hobbies. So whether they're doing, so I have a good friend of mine, for instance, he's a leather worker, very, very, very skilled leather worker. And for leather workers, the more gaudy they can make a thing, the better it is. And he has just thousands of tools, and he can actually take your face and put your face in a piece of leather. That's how good he is. He spends, I don't know how much time on it. He never makes any money at it. He doesn't want to make any money at it. He just does it as a hobby, and he's obsessive about it. And I would say probably not every day he would spend 4 hours, but if you were to average all of the time he has spent on it, it would probably average to like 4 hours a day, probably.
What would be like real world positives of spending 4 hours per day gaming?
What would be the positives of spending 4 hours a day leather working?
That you can actually create something like malleable, like a real physical item.
Yeah,
like
but what if you don't? What if you don't? You're just doing it because, I mean, he's not creating physical items for anybody. He just makes stuff for the fun of making it.
yeah.
It's not for the benefit of anybody except him. So, like, what does that actually do for anybody except him?
Nothing, but what does gaming
Nothing.
do?
Yeah, but I mean, even if it does nothing, why would one of those be appropriate, not the other one? So, in other words, I think that the hobby of gaming assists men with challenges, with camaraderie, and it assists them in many ways when it comes to, especially men often will lean towards games that have incredible storylines, things like this. And the reason for this is because you can't, as a man anymore in modernity in the West, you're not going to go be an adventurer anymore. You're not going to go get on a ship to the new world. You're not going to be going and exploring the depths of the ocean. You're going to be kind of living that through novels and various things like this. Video games offer challenges, they offer escape, and they offer camaraderie. And I don't actually see why there's a big problem with that.
Maybe you
to be
could
honest.
change my mind, because when I'm thinking about it too, it also offers community to men as well.
Also, you can't go on like a 7 kill streak in Battlefield.
Huh?
Yeah, well, there's not that many ways other than maybe at your job for men to compete with each other anymore.
That's true.
Right? We can't really just go to the gladiator stand and just beat the shit out of each other. The world has moved past that. So unless you have like a sanctioned UFC fight or something specific or particular that way, video games are a really good way for men to compete with each other from all over the world. And they seem to have a lot of fun doing it. It builds a lot of camaraderie. They have a good time. I don't really see why it's such a problematic hobby for women.
Can I push back, because I'm genuinely curious, because for me that's why
I know why,
you might-
Andrew. Go ahead.
You could probably change my mind, but then, so if you're looking for that, then why don't you do like UFC or something like that? And then when you're doing video games, it's almost like you go into a different fantasy land, which what you were explaining. But genuinely, I'm just curious, like.
Well, so boxing, pugilism, UFC, things like this, they cause damage to one's body. And so as a man, if you have the option of taking care of your family, you have to limit the amount of damage which is done to your body, especially from the form of a hobby. Otherwise, you cannot continue to produce the work necessary to continue to support a family. So if that is the case, and it is the case for most men, in fact, many men's jobs damage their body enough they couldn't even do boxing or competition external to that anyway. Construction, concrete laying, things like this are incredibly damaging to the body over time. They end up with back problems, arm problems, neck problems. There's no construction worker I've known who's worked construction for more than 10 years that doesn't have actual issues with their body. So I think that they have, they're tempering responsibility with escapism and also with competition. And it seems to be a fine hobby. I don't really see what the problem with the hobby itself is.
Because I read a lot, and that's kind of like my form of like going into another world, I guess, and thinking. So I guess I never just put 2 and 2 together that why men are gaming.
Well, it's not. I think when people say I'm going into another world, that's even not the case. What's happening is ideas are conveyed best through story. So if you want to convey an idea to a person, you can use straight philosophy to convey an idea, but most people don't understand philosophy. Like, take our OnlyFans friend over here. She doesn't understand anything about argumentation, philosophy, nothing. But maybe I could convey things to her in story form, and she would understand some of those concepts. So when you're relaying experiences through story, it's not even just escapism. It's a way for you to engage with concepts that could be bothersome or new to you, and a way to reconcile those concepts. And that's how human beings have been communicating great ideas since the dawn of time.
I like that thought process, and thank you. I never thought about it like that.
I used to play video games, although I don't anymore. I stopped in 2020 or so. Stopped playing video games entirely. But I think part of it is why women don't like men who play video games is because leisure time activities, whether video games or otherwise, are not something that they can benefit from. So I think it's really as simple as that. You don't stand to benefit.
I got to give pushback to this. So men do podcasting as a hobby, right? You would agree with me that almost no man ever is going to be able to make a career out of podcasting. Like basically nobody who's in the field of podcasting for the most part is ever going to be able to make a career out of it.
Sure, yeah, most men.
And they devote hours and hours to it though, right? Mm-hmm. Oftentimes without ever being able to build an audience or this type of thing.
Sure.
So, I mean, I think that this is the same kind of practical application of video games, right? Same thing. It's like you can take this hobby and you can say, well, you get nothing out of it. I think men get a lot out of it.
Why did you stop playing?
Well, no, I'm not saying that the men don't gain benefit from it. I'm saying the women don't gain benefit.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
No,
The women don't gain any benefit from men playing video games. So,
I would argue that I loved when my ex played games because that was my time for him to shut the fuck up and me just like.
Why did you
Get
stop
me.
playing?
Shut the fuck up!
okay.
Why did you stop playing?
Well, I played a lot, and it was distracting me from pursuing other things.
I think it can be
So-
an addiction for sure. And even reading or any kind of escapism can be an addiction. And it can be like, if you want to go and like live in another reality and like escape to that, I think you have a serious internal problem. And it's like not wrong to take time and to relax and to explore concepts or to even like play video games for an hour a day. But when it becomes an addiction, that's where I think like the ache comes from, or like that's where I think it becomes a problem. Not just video games, but really anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're right that I think that you can lose yourself in any passion. You can play the guitar too much. You can lose yourself in any passion, which you have. But honestly, I think that most women just get the ick from video games because the attention's not on them, and they just like seeing men miserable. Honestly. I mean, it's not. There's no good answer for it. Women will spend hours of their fucking time doing their nails. Hours. I've seen it. Hours and hours and
How long
hours.
does it take?
In fact, show of hands, how many women here have spent multiple hours on their nails? Show of hands. Yeah, okay. But somehow that's okay. That's appropriate.
But
That's
getting
fine.
your nails done isn't
right?
a hobby.
I don't think
What's that? Yeah, what else is it?
Or my hair.
Hang on, what do you mean it's not? What else is it? Besides a hobby, what else could it be?
It's a luxury. It's a form of spoiling yourself.
I do it so that I
So it's
look
a hobby?
presentable.
But time is the most expensive thing ever, right? So if a man wants to spend his very expensive time on just gaming, why won't you just let him be?
No, I'm not arguing that he shouldn't.
That's a
but
luxury too, right? If you can make time.
No, hang on. I want you to think of how unreasonable it would be if a man came over to you and was like, you know what? I'm sick of you spending this much time on your nails. You spend hours on your nails. It's ridiculous. Well, you might be like, look, I like doing it. Mind your own business. Go away, whatever. And I think that would be totally justified. But for some reason, men having some form of thing that they're interested in, which isn't you, just seems to make women fucking miserable in a way that I don't really understand. I don't understand, because women have all sorts of flitty, stupid-ass hobbies. They scrapbook. They do their nails incessantly. They focus on putting pictures together in certain categories. They focus on all kinds of stupid-ass shit, and men don't give a fuck. But somehow when men play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I ain't playing that stupid game again, it's like, yeah, I'm playing the stupid game again. Go away. I don't get it.
I would say that women innately, when you don't have God or something else to take that place in your life, fill that hole in your heart, they will look to their partners to do that. And so maybe the types of relationships that you're talking about stem from women who look to their partners like their God, and they just want all of their attention, and when you don't give it to them, then it's wrong. But I would say that when you're in a healthy relationship where you're not each other's idols, then like it is okay for a man to have another hobby like playing video games, like maybe if it's equal to me getting my nails done or doing my hair or whatever. Like you should have your own.
Who cares if it's equal? If he spends 2 more hours or 5 more hours or 10 more hours per week playing video games than you do doing your nails, who gives a shit?
Well, yeah.
People
as long
have
as it's
different
not an
interests. They have
addiction,
different hobbies.
Like, as long as it's not an addiction and it's not overtaking your life and like
It's not,
you're
yeah.
doing that,
Well,
that's fine.
Well, the thing is, though, is that you have to even be cautious with that, right? It's like oftentimes what I'll hear from women is, they're addicted to video games. And what that really means is they're not spending enough time doing this other thing that I want them to do. And so they consider it an addiction when there's no addiction. It's like people who get off of work, men who get off of work, they just work let's say 10, 12 hours. And by the way, the 8-hour workday in America is dead. Men work generally 10, 12 hours now. They don't really work 8-hour shifts anymore. You can't support a family on that. We all know that. So they're working their asses off. They get home and they're like, look, just let me eat and play a fucking video game and get off my back. And it's like, that seems totally fair to me and reasonable. You know, I just don't know why the idea that men just must be, all the time working towards some goal to pamper a woman's ass. It's just bothersome to me. It makes no sense.
Yeah, you've made me rethink a lot. So I'll say my icks are, I guess, just like nothing going for them, like doesn't have any drive to do anything, but video games is out.
Icks?
I had something similar, like no goals, basically. Also, no driver's license is a big one.
No driver's license. Okay, that's
And-
that's fair.
Yeah, and then someone who doesn't go to the gym.
Doesn't go to the gym. Okay, icks for you.
I think very bad teeth.
Bad teeth. Okay.
Very bad, yeah.
Fair. How are Tristan Tate's teeth? Okay, all right.
It's really funny to me how many European women say that, even though European women especially are kind of like known globally, and British people and English people especially, for having bad teeth. But for some reason, that's always a big priority that I hear from European women.
That's true. A lot of get
Yeah.
teeth done, plastic surgery, but I never had anything with my teeth. I just like normal teeth.
Yeah, well, I would just wonder if the reason for that is because it's so common that when you see a man or a woman with good teeth, you're like, wow, that's an exception to the rule.
It's a little bit idolized as well, yeah. It's like, you have to have good teeth, they have to be pearl white, they go to Turkey all the time, my friends go all the time just for their teeth. Yeah, it's true what you're saying.
Icks?
Acting nonchalant is a big ick. As well as not being confident, so there's kind of like a spectrum there. Like, can't be nonchalant and like not care about your partner, be too confident, but also don't be insecure.
Okay.
Or overly insecure. Like, at least try to project confidence.
You said acting nonchalant.
Yeah.
So how does that look like?
Like, acting like you don't care about your partner, or acting like you don't care when they have a concern, or letting them care more about your relationship is being nonchalant.